All right, we're going to do a quick demonstration here of a major bug with MPC3 quote-unquote final. All right, so first of all, we're getting sound. Obviously, it's only in input 1. Not really worried about that right now. Just want to show that definitely we are getting sound. And of course, we're controlling it with the MIDI track like we should be. Notice first right off the bat. In the past, the record from section usually is set automatically to 1, 2. It is not here. Now, and also when you tap on it, you can't then turn it without hitting the knob. And now we can choose our inputs, right? Let's choose inputs 1 and 2. And we're just going to go for a nice, quick, short, little bitty bit of a thing here. So, yeah, like that. I'm recording the Microbrute. So, name this record Microbrute. KG test. Okay. All right. So we don't need any looping. We just want to blobbity blue. And we're going to leave it as is, and that's good. And this should be nice and short and quick. Right off the bat, here's the first sample that we recorded. Notice anything interesting about it? It is completely empty. So like if we go to sample edit, empty, 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 empty. All of the samples are empty if you choose inputs for Autosampler. The only workaround I have found, and I have heard of another one, and I'll get to that, I haven't tried it yet, is to start, when you go to the sampler, like I showed you that it was automatically didn't have anything chosen, right? If you leave it like that, and then you do it, and now notice I am not choosing an input, a set of inputs here. I'm just going to do it. And now miraculously we have audio. So yeah, there's something very broken with Autosampler. Now supposedly, again, I have not tested this yet, so I guess we could test it now real quick. Supposedly, if you go into Autosampler and choose your inputs, I've heard that if you instead choose to make current track, that it's supposed to do it even when you have inputs selected. So let's see what happens. Well, I heard wrong, apparently. Now, maybe that person didn't realize that they had left the tracks unselected. Who knows? I don't know. But obviously, huge, huge bug. This goes along with another thing that somebody pointed out, and I will link to their video in the description. I saw this morning in a key group. So we go into program edit, and let's say, so we have multiple key groups, right? Typically, in a key group, you can choose for one of the sub key groups, if you will, to have one filter. Like in this case, we'll do serial, turn this down, resonance up, right? All right. Notice that it changes for all of them, even though I changed it in one. So like if I go back right here, I go back here, I'm in one, I move it up to here, right? Now if I go to 5, it's also the same. Even if I go through and do this, like, then go back to, say, 5. Same thing. Does the same for the amp envelope. So like, let's say I go to key group 1 again, and I add a little bit of, let me go back to filter and bring that up a bit again. Okay, and I add a little bit of attack, right? So now if I then go to, let's say 4 or 5, right? It also has the same attack. It does not differentiate. It does not, like, obviously, previously we had the all if we wanted to make changes to every single key group within, subkey group within the key group program. Now, it just doesn't. Now, the only exception that I've seen so far, and I guess this is the same with the LFOs too. I'm not going to go through the trouble demonstrating that. You can watch his video if you want to see a more detailed demonstration of this. But I have found that where it does work is if you change anything in here, levels, pan, fine tune, semitone, however you want to put that, these will change for the different key groups. So like, I'll go back to 1, right? Let me first turn the filter up, turn deep pad off, right? And we go over here and we turn that to one side, and then, I don't know, let's, right? Now, so those work. No clue. But this is where we're at. Akai rushed this release out. They could have done another public beta. They could have released this as another public beta and kept chugging along towards actually having a solid final release, but they saw the big, happy, shiny bell of NAMM and wanted to have this ready in time for NAMM to make a big spectacle of it. Unfortunately, what they've actually made a big spectacle of is their incompetence. So here we are. Obviously, if you watch my videos or have watched my previous videos, which are pretty irregular, you know that I mostly do videos on the Force. In the context of the Force, we don't even have this yet. And this is the kind of thing we're going to have to look forward to if they decide to give us this newer version of a complete amalgamation of MPC and Akai Force OS into some new thing that is half working. Anyway, so yeah. I just, on one hand, I'm really interested in being able to use this reasonably. And I didn't even find the issues with the key groups. I did find the issue with the Autosampler, but I made some pretty cool, what I thought were some pretty cool key groups with it. Let me see if I can show you one. Where is it? Yeah, PWM Ultrasaw I liked quite a bit. And I did some stuff with the dual filters that I thought was cool. So I've got one filter that's just doing the normal filter thing. And then I've got another filter that is set to one of the LFOs. And that LFO is set to sample and hold to give that kind of of course it's kind of hard to hear with how easy the damn polyphonic aftertouch is on these pads, which I also added some extra filter to, so I think from filter 1, and that's why. Anyway, trying to let off enough so you can hear that kind of jumping around, right? Pretty cool sounding key group, I thought.